Just over 2 years ago, I had the privilege of traveling to the All-Iowa Lawn Tennis Club in Charles City. The land belongs to Mark Hewen, a man with a love of tennis, a lifelong dream of going to Wimbledon. Now, Wimbledon is the crown jewel of grass tennis in the entire world. Hewen knows not everyone gets to go, and when the email came saying it was his turn, he knew he was in store for something special.
I dream big, but Wimbledon exceeded all my expectations.
For several years, Charles City's Mark Hewen had been sending intern request letters to Wimbledon in hopes of joining their grounds crew. But time after time, the answer was no, until something changed just a couple months ago.
I received an invitation to intern with the groundsman for a week, and that was an incredible experience.
And Hewen's trip to England came at a perfect time. He was there the week before the championships began. However, on his first day, Mother Nature played a part.
And when I met Mr. Neil Studley, he said, "Well, sorry it's raining, but you'll get to see the back of the house." And I did. I was taken to places that people normally don't get to see, all the nooks and crannies.
With all of the access Mark was given, I just had to ask who he met. His list includes the world's #1 player, Novak Djokovic.
He caught balls in his pocket that were hit from a lob, but when he got serious and really started to hit the ball, let me tell you, he's the #1 player in the world, and there's nobody quite like him.
Hewen also had the chance to meet the #1 player in the women's draw, Maria Sharapova.
She stands a good 6'2", and she's all business on the tennis court. But afterwards, she met and greeted all her fans, and she signed my tennis bag, and she was delightful.
And now that he's back, Mark says it's a unique feeling to watch the tournament on TV. He's been behind the scenes, he's met the players, but now he's just a fan.
And just to see the venues that you've just recently been at, and you know what's behind that wall, it's very special.
We will continue talking with Mark Hewen tonight at 10. That story will focus on what he learned from his trip to the All England Club and how he is planning to apply that to his court in Charles City. In fact, we will paint the lines and put up the net at the All-Iowa Lawn Tennis Club at 10. There are a lot of excited professional basketball teams across the country tonight. The Timberwolves probably aren't on that list. They only have 1 pick in this evening's NBA draft. That means a lot of the focus is still on the trade they made earlier in the week. Minnesota shipped the 18th overall selection to Houston in exchange for Chase Budinger. Even though he's only been in town for a couple of days, Chase is excited to be a Timberwolf.
It feels like the new Oklahoma. You know, it's a young team, a lot of young, great athletic type players. And I feel that everybody on this team could really get better together.
When he's on the floor, I believe with Ricky, you know, he already runs the floor, and the way Ricky delivers it, it'll give him more incentive to run.
Here you see the Wolves' lone selection this evening. In fact, it's the 3rd to final pick in the draft. Royce White and Harrison Barnes both figure to be off the board well before then. We'll have an update tonight at 10. In fact, pick #1 starts at 6:30. We'll be back with another check of weather after the break.